Hey, it's another episode of two dudes talking with microphones and not microphones. It's episode 48, Curry. We're too closer to, hanging out and going big with the Big 5-0, which, by the way, that's coming up for me soon. Gosh, where is life going?
By the way, I can't believe it's actually going to happen on the actual date of the 50th. Like somehow we're working this out. It
I
is
know,
working
I
out to
know.
be perfectly fine.
Um, what was I going to say? Yeah. So, episode 48, thinking of like too many different things at once here. By the way, guys, if you're a network marketer, that's all you really need to be. Just there's a subscribe button down below this video somewhere. We'll put it on the screen as a reminder. You don't have to tap that, but tap that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, get notified anytime we put out new videos and stuff, and just be here to learn. And one of the things we're gonna talk and you could maybe learn about today is where is the industry going, my friend? We've seen Curry a lot of. I mean, we have a list in front of us here that Chat was so nice to give us over the years of MLMs, network marketing companies that have closed their MLM doors and opened a tiny little affiliate door. If you want to be an affiliate and not have a team and create, big, massive residual income, sorry, but we're closed and you can only be an affiliate now. It's like, should people be worried? Should people be scared of what they're seeing out there in the world of network marketing companies like Beachbody and Rodan and Fields and the dominoes are starting to fall, man. What are your thoughts on this?
Yep, number one, I think it's ridiculous. I actually have made some pretty bold statements. I wish there was a better regulatory system to um, prevent companies from doing this. I love that companies have terms and conditions and policies and procedures for distributors. And one of my favorite ones is that policies that says, hey, if you leave our company, you're not allowed to be a distributor for a year, or you're not allowed to do, competitive things for, a space. Like I had a company reach out to me and gave me a cease and desist for using my own Facebook account because I had promoted their company on my Facebook. And so they felt like they owned my entire network of people. And I was like, you can go pound sand. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Hmm.
And but dude, it's wild to me that a company specifically like what we've just heard with Forever Living products that they're shutting their doors, that they could be built by distributors to have
Hmm.
their entire brand built up by people, and then they go, "Hey, we don't need you anymore." And now we have a brand, and now we have products, and now people know who we are. And now we're over here. We
Hmm.
don't need to pay the people who made us who we are. And now we can just go market ourselves and get off the ground running without that debt of those people.
Hmm.
I think that there should be something in place that prevents them from being able to profit off the backs of their I didn't want to use a word, but off their workers. And then
Hmm.
dude, I just and it's happening to the biggest and longest of companies. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said,
Modere, right? Modere was another one
Modere,
that they didn't switch to an affiliate model, I believe. I think they just closed, right?
they closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodan Fields closed. I think they sold their content, their stuff to another company. And it's what um, another company did this week. They actually sold their uh,
Yeah. According to
products
chat,
to another.
Rodan switched to a consumer model, just an affiliate consumer model.
I don't, but I think they actually failed. I don't think they actually are
Yeah,
still. I don't
yeah, they
see
might have.
they,
This was
they
this
were
was as
selling.
of 2024, so
Yeah, they were selling in kiosks. That was really neat. When you go to malls, you would see their products in little machines, like
yeah.
vending machines. I was like, that's pretty neat.
I think talking about this, honestly, I think the biggest thing for people is to not be scared, and it's gosh, sometimes I feel like the MLM industry as a whole just has like this huge, target on its back where it's, people just want to try to do anything they possibly can to tear it down. I heard was literally a commercial on the radio yesterday. Wife and I were driving around and we had, it was either Pandora or Spotify, and there was a commercial dissing MLM. And I'm just like, really? Like, really? But it's easy to be scared because of, friends, people knocking it down, whatever. You got companies like Beachbody that just, they're doing their thing. When I remember probably 6, 7, 8 years ago, I mean, I saw them, they were rocking, like rocking. And then, in 2024, it's like, hey, we're switching to an affiliate model. I'm sorry, too bad. Um, but I think for, if you truly do believe in leverage, if you're here and you're watching this, then, you know, don't be scared. It's such an amazing industry. And Curry and I have found this out the hard way, and you'll probably learn this truth at some point in your MLM career is you're gonna start over. Like you're gonna chances are there's a really, really good chance that the company that you're in right now is not going to be your forever company. It's not going to be the company that you make it big in. It's not going to be the company that you have your big break in. It might not be, the comp plan. Maybe it's a binary, maybe it's a matrix, maybe it's a unilevel. It might not be the comp plan that helps you do your thing. Um, but learning how to build properly is, I mean, those are skills that you're going to take with you for a lifetime. So do not
You
be
just
scared
said
of
it.
that.
You just said it. You should be building your skills this entire time. Like if
Mhm.
you're and here, let's look at it this way. I've watched people who say I've been in network marketing for 20 years, right?
Yep.
And they have never moved beyond just like getting started. There's no, I see these people all the time. I see these people who don't build networks. They don't have a following. They're not creating content that's add value. They're just constantly just running ads essentially.
A,
And it's like you're
a
just
buddy of mine, I could pull the post up here. We won't show it, but a buddy of mine just posted that same thing. I've been in network marketing for over 10 years, and it was kind of like an oh, woe is me. But I'm still addicted to it. I still love it. I'm just
but that
like you said, skills, skills.
the logic that for years in the 80s this phrase was so well known that network marketing is a personal development plan with a compensation plan attached. Like this statement was what network marketing was supposed to be. Eric Worre put out a video called Rise of the Entrepreneur and how network marketing is a gateway to being an entrepreneur. Like you aren't starting off, you're trying to move from the employee mindset of the public school programming of being an employee to learning to manage your existence as an entrepreneur. And there's a massive shift. And these companies aren't, I don't know about, I mean, you haven't had a job in a long time, and I still have a career. And I watch company after company. And as a matter of fact, during COVID, I was let go during COVID. And then right after that, my next job, the company shut down a whole division. And so in a matter of 2.5, 3 years, I was let go twice. That dramatically changed my income. And if I didn't have network marketing and I don't mean a company, if I didn't have network marketing as a fallback, I would have had nothing. But I was okay when those moments happened because I had an income of $3,000 to $5,000 of every single month because I had learned to build teams. And if my company shuts down, I can just go to another company, follow the same repetitive skill set and pattern, and do it again. But most people who are listening to us right now aren't taking the time to do personal development, aren't learning new skills, aren't developing, and they're just being stuck in the churn and the churn and the churn. Hey, there's a new leader that's popped up and he's over here promoting this new thing and it's fast and furious and we're all excited about it and we're going to get in and follow this leader. And then 10 minutes later, well, there's another leader over here that's doing this new thing and we're going to go follow that guy. And dude, we watch this every week, every week.
Yeah. you know, skills being the key word, key word. I pulled up that post and I have it right here. I won't show it to you guys, but because I've known this person for a very long time. And it specifically says I've been an MLM for 15 years. Uh, Basically, was like I regularly quit due to being exhausted. Talks about being frustrated. Talks about like, you know, why do I keep going? I've not making any money, but I'm addicted to it. I love it. I see the potential. Blah 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 blah. And of course, when you post something like that, um, there's literally hundreds of comments on this post. And here's the crazy part. The crazy part is I could go through this person's profile and look at any other post, no comments, one comment, 10 comments, no comments, one comment. You know what I mean? Like they're, there's the stuff that they do gets very, very little engagement. Except this one post where they were saying, hey, kind of like, oh, woe is me. And it has over 150 comments because people are tacking on to the fact that, like, oh, and it's all the negative stuff. These things are designed to fail. They're designed to keep you broke. They're designed to keep you hungry. You know, all the negative Nancy's come out and are just pooping all over,
I would,
you know,
I wish I
MLM.
understood. I really do wish as a person who's in a sales career, and I know that every single year we get a compensation plan for our year with our corporate job, and our sales team make about 2% of a gigantic large sale. It's a real corporate sale. And we have this thing called value added resellers, companies, giant telephone companies that are going out to their customers and reselling our products, which give our sales team a commission of the same amount. And I get a commission on anything the company sells, not sales. Um, but but when we hear people say that these things are designed to make people fail, you are given an opportunity to resell a product or service. You have a compensation plan that says this is the percentage you'll receive when you sell said product or service. The payment gets delivered to your account. Oh, and if you bring in other people, you get an additional commission off of what they sell. Where is the gotcha? I don't understand at any level legally where this gotcha is.
Mm-hmm.
Is the people that fail are going to be the people that fail. There
Mm-hmm.
is no possible way that you can look at a company that offers a compensation plan for you to go do as much as you want. You don't have a territory, you don't have a limitation, you don't have anything stopping you, and you can go sell and build as much as you want, and nobody is going to stop you as long as you're doing it legally. You're not breaking policies and procedures, you're doing it right. How is anybody able to say that's designed to make you fail?
Yeah. And, perfect example too is like, you hear this all the time in all the personal development books. Like, you take two people who went to the same high school. They sat next to each other. They got the same education. They went to the same college. They studied the same programs, whatever it is. One goes on and becomes a millionaire. The other one goes on and becomes broke. With the same education, the same, literally the same side by side opportunity.
Education's
And
a scam.
yeah, and you have, it's the same thing in MLM. You have two people that could join a company. One develops their skill sets, the other one doesn't. I mean, let's keep it as stupid, simple, basic as possible. And that person that I just referenced right there is an example of, hey, I never get anywhere. I and I again, I could say this because I know them, but like, the way that they market today in 2026 is the same exact way that they market 10 years ago. There's, to your point, Curry, like there's no value add. There's no, that they're not growing. They're literally not growing. They're staying the same every single time, expecting a different result. Whereas if you were to, and this goes back to what I said earlier, like at some point you're going to start over. At some point you're going to join a different company. At some point, like, chances are the company that you're with right now is not the company that you're going to have your big breakthrough in. Because, well, I just want to be real with the two dudes audience, and I think Curry can also agree to this. Um, if you're making $500,000 a month, you're probably not watching this podcast. I'm just throwing that. That's the reality of the situation. Like Curry and I make a full-time living. We can be here. We can talk about this. But the people that are making more than us probably don't need to dip down into the two dudes pool and watch us swim. But the whole point here is, for those of you guys that are coming up in the ranks and you're learning and you're growing and developing, hopefully, that, this is a journey and you need to build these skills and you need to continue to apply the things that you learn so you can get better. And the people that get stuck and they don't grow and they don't advance and they don't develop, they stay in that same lane, right? They stay in the same lane. And I've explained this before where it's like, what lane are you in? Are you just in the same lane, doing the same thing, going the same speed, traveling to your destination, and the destination, you just can't even see it? Meanwhile, the person next to you in the lane over is developing their skill sets. They're improving, they're growing, they're going a little bit faster, they're getting closer to their destination. And they may have to change lanes a few times in order to get to their destination quicker because that's what they're willing to do, but you don't want to get out of your lane. So,
Dude, can we stop there? Let's just take a break. Take a
yep,
break from
sure, cool.
your logic of what you just said literally defines my life. Like that defined who I am as a human being because I went from being a lowly 911 installer. Before that, I was making $35,000 a year working for the city of Clarksville, Tennessee as a systems administrator out of the Army. So I went from Army pay to $35,000 a year, thought I was on top of the world and killing it. And then I got a job working installing 911 centers across the planet. And then I was making 50,000 plus overtime, killing it. I was killing it. Had a great thing going on, changed my life. And then I decided to change companies again because I got stuck for 9.5 years making this same amount of money. No raises, no bonuses, no nothing. And then I got another job because I changed lanes. And I got my first job where I made six figures, my
Mm-hmm.
first six-figure job. And then things happened. I changed lanes two or three more times. And now I'm making multiple six figures in my career because I took my skill sets, that took the things that I kept learning at the new opportunities, and I kept improving. And then I would resell my skill sets to these opportunities. And they were like, we want what you have. We want to
Mm-hmm.
take your skill set and apply them here. You watch these people who stay in the same job their whole lives. I've known people who were secretaries. I know a wonderful lady who was a secretary for 40 years, didn't ever want anything more, didn't want to become management, didn't want to run a department, didn't want to do anything, just was a secretary for 40 years. Bank tellers, people that work in towns, people that work at power plants, but they just get into these modes
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing their thing, and that's all they know that they believe that they can do. They don't believe in themselves to improve. They don't go and do anything to improve. And in network marketing, companies come and go so fast that people are literally going from being a base distributor where they have no team to being a base distributor with no team to being a base distributor with no team, following leaders or trends or these things. And the only people who's making money are the number one, the companies that are launching, the top distributors who are able to influence the number of people who come in and do nothing. And it's like this, it is just this rinse and repeat cycle right now with these companies. But all you need to do is realize you can be that influencer guy. You can
Mm-hmm.
be the person who knows how to build a team so that if it falls apart, you can go to any company, any product, any service. I love the every single major leader I have ever heard has used the analogy that if they got dropped out of a plane in any town, in any city, they could literally start any network marketing company and build it to, six figures in a
Hmm.
year
Yep.
because they can. They have
Yeah.
the skill set, they have the mindset. I could literally build any network marketing company I want right now to six figures in minutes, just minutes of time.
Yeah.
Like,
And that goes back to like, if I look at the last 10 years, um, you know, there's multiple companies that I've been with where I've made six figures, and it goes back to what we said earlier, where it's like you're gonna change lanes. You're gonna be in a different company. And if you have the skill sets, it doesn't matter. It's not a big a deal as you think. Like if you were with, I mean, let's take Modere, right? Modere shut down last year, said, "Hey, we're closing our doors. We don't want to do this anymore." And all you affiliates out there, go figure your life out. And a bunch of them did. Almost every single person that was making a full-time income in Modere is now currently making a full-time income in another company. Like they literally just said, "Oh, okay, I can see ahead. Lane closed. This lane's closing. Let me put my directional on and just move over into the next lane." And yeah, you know what? You might need to build and work and get down into the trenches again and make some phone calls and do whatever you got to do or however you network with your network. But you can go do it again. And once you, and we've talked about this numerous times on this podcast, is like once you taste it, once you taste full time income and network marketing, trust me, like you're not going to want to give that up. Like you're not going to go, oh, the company's closing. All right, cool. I guess I'll just head over to monster.com, wherever these websites are now that exist, and go find me a job.
is that a real site anymore? I don't know if
It
that
was,
really
it
is.
was, yeah.
I know I used it a bunch of
I
the time.
I totally just dated myself, dude.
Right?
It's I'm trying to like ZipRecruiter might be the thing
Is
now.
it
I don't
Snag a
even.
Job? I think there was one called Snag a Job one time. I
Yeah,
liked it. It was Snag a
I don't
Job.
even know, dude. Um, but yeah, like so what? Like you're a leader in your company goes away or they switch to another company or your company closes or like what's happening to Beachbody or Rodan Fields, they're switching to an affiliate model or whatever it is. Like, do you just, what? You just throw in the towel, you call it quits, you say, "Hey, it's not for me. The industry's broke. It doesn't work." No, there's millions of proof out there all over the place, right in front of you on your screen right now that this is a phenomenal industry and it works very, very well. And it's just you just need to let it. You need to let it. And you need to let yourself. And I think that's the most important thing. And it all and Curry, we can't go an episode and not mention the C word. It just comes down to courage, to confidence in yourself, belief in yourself that you can do this. And my buddy who we shared that little story with earlier, it's that person is not developing their skills. They're not improving or growing in any aspect, and they're stuck in the same lane.
But it
So
does sound to me like he's surrounded himself with enough negative people to jump on and be negative with him. Like I
if
do.
you, yeah, to people to validate the question that he was asking,
Yep.
because in all the other posts that they put out there, hey, today's a normal day. I'm doing stuff. One like, one comment, you know, or now it's like, hey, been in this industry a long time. I don't know if this is the thing. Is it right? What am I doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, here come the negative Nancy's. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be, either validation from somebody else or negative validation of yourself that things won't work. Things don't work out. You have bad luck. Insert whatever excuse here, which, as we know, if you've watched any of our other episodes, all boils down to confidence and belief in yourself. And if that part sucks, if that part's a struggle for you, you can fix it. You have the ability to fix it. You got like books over here, you got podcasts, you got cool people like Curry and I that you could tune into and maybe get inspired by, or, By the way, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Like, dude, like cool things like that might help you because you can watch these episodes and you can learn and you could maybe have some takeaways and maybe you're smart and you have a notebook handy and a pen and you, as our buddy Jim would say, learn to think on paper and you write things down and you, most important part is you apply what you learn. You don't just watch video after video after video after video and okay, cool, check the box. Like go apply
Yes,
what
they
you're
do.
learning.
Yes, they do.
What's that?
The people who just plug in and watch and most lots of people read and then they don't apply. Like they don't
Mm,
take the information and then go do something with it. It's like, well, I got this information now. There it is.
mm-hmm.
By the way, let's talk about another thing real fast. Where are you? And this is me talking to Dan. Where are you on a company closes its doors? You know that Forever Living has just ended their multi-level marketing. They've got distributors now who are out on a life raft. They're out there just floating along.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you out at on helping those people?
Um, absolutely. I mean, I think about it in reverse. If I was with a company and this happened, I was with a company and they lost their servers and my $25,000 a month income was gone in a flash. And I said to myself, "Hey, I had some ideas. Took me a couple of weeks, but I had some ideas of what I wanted to do. But people also reached out to me and said, "Hey, I heard what happened. You may want to look over here." So that gave me more opportunities to look at. I was not one of those people that were like, "Don't bother me. I need time to process. I need time to feel my feelings." Like, no, like what do you got? Like what else is out there? What are my options? Um,
I
I
don't
would absolutely reach out to people, especially in higher positions, people that have been with the company for a long time, saying, "Hey, listen, I know you got a lot going on, but I got a thing over here that might be something you want to look at. Um, I've been in your shoes, whatever, maybe throw a little relation in there. Like I've been in your shoes. I've had people reach out to me. So I think reaching out to people where, you know, a company collapses or changes its model, absolutely reach out. I
I
know
think it's wild to me that we're on the same page because it bothers the crap out of me that you see these people who tell people, "Oh, don't go talk to them. Don't talk to them. Leave them. Let them be
yeah, let
in
them
their
feel their
situation."
feelings.
Dude, I if I lost my career tomorrow and I didn't have a network of people who tried to reach out and offer me a lifeline back to a income, dude, I would be so upset that I didn't build my network of people that cared enough about helping each other. Like this idea that you have a network marketing thing that's making money for people. And here's the problem. I think there's too many people who aren't making any money in network marketing and they try to reach out to people and tell them they can make money when they aren't making money. And that mindset is a problem.
Yeah.
And so it never really bothers leaders. Leaders don't care. But it's like, hey, you want to help me make money, but you ain't making money? Well, how does that work?
Yeah.
How is it that you have
Yeah. I have seen a lot of those posts when, like a perfect example is, and this happened at the same exact time. Um, I have another friend of mine who's very big in MLM, does very, very well. I've met them in person. Right when Modere went down, somebody posted, "Please stop messaging everybody in Modere. Let us deal with this grief and blah 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 blah." In other words, like let us feel our feelings. It's like, and then I had this other person who I've met and they're amazing, and they're like, "Dude, if my company went down," she's like, "I would want people reaching out to me. I would want people saying, 'Hey, like, here's some offers that you may want to look at.'" So for everyone that is saying, don't talk to them, don't talk to them. Like, what's wrong with you? And I agree with that 100% because like, you would, what do you just gonna like sit in your room and put your head down and cry and it's like, yeah, it sucks. It's sure it sucks.
I think these
I
are the same people that say that you need to build a relationship to get a sale. Like there's an
Oh,
emotion
you're
to it.
probably 100% right on that. I
It's
mean,
like, why is there emotion to sales? Why are you developing any relationships to then not be in a relationship because you ain't moving forward with them? Why are you building up? Just go land the plane, go do the
yeah.
thing, help people. If you believe that what you have is a lifeline, and if you, oh, by the way, I want to say this publicly, and I've said it a lot. You guys know who I am by now. We're at 48 episodes. If you don't believe that your product, service, opportunity is a lifeline, quit. Like if you don't believe that what you have is going to help someone in some way, whether it's wellness, travel, insurance, blah, blah,
Money.
blah, anything, money, quit. I mean, right now. Because if
Hmm.
you don't treat your business as if you have found the cure to cancer, and you have to literally go help people who have cancer, and if you're not moving with lightning speed, you don't believe in it. You don't believe in it. If you believed in it, you would be consistently taking action to try to save the world with what you found. And if you aren't taking that action, quit. Get out of the way. Like don't be a statistic. Don't be
Hmm.
one of these people that ends up going, it doesn't work. It's not, it's the company, it's the products. They don't do what they say they're going to do. You don't believe in what they say they're going to do. Sorry, I went off on a
No,
tangent.
I mean it's 100% accurate, and I've had countless videos and trainings and things that I've done, sharing with people like, hey, you have something in your hands that can do X, Y, or Z, help people make more money, help people save more money, help people with this, that, or whatever it is. Like, why wouldn't you want to share that? Like, why are you hoarding it all for yourself? Are you that selfish that you
Dude,
need to hoard it all for yourself?
it freaks me out when you see people who have a compensation plan that allows a person to make as much money as they possibly want and can figure out how to, and you don't want to help somebody. The number one problem in the whole world, I don't care what continent you're on, I don't care what country you're in, I don't care what state you're in, county, town, municipality, whatever. Everyone needs more money. Everyone needs more money. And
Hmm.
if you have a compensation plan that gives you the ability to make almost unlimited income per month, and you don't want to help somebody discover that, you don't want to help them understand that a job isn't the only thing that's available, and you want to be upset if a company closes their doors and you can't just go to another compensation plan. Y'all are chasing companies and not chasing comp plans. Like I build my business selling the comp plan. I don't sell products or services. I sell people a pathway to extra income because that's what changed my life.
Hmm.
It wasn't the travel club I started with. It wasn't a health and wellness company. It wasn't products or services. Somebody showed me a compensation plan and they were like, if you do these things, you can make this much money. And I
Hmm.
said, I'm going to go do those things so I can make this much money.
Hmm.
Ta-da!
Yeah, it's as simple as yeah, someone showed me the same thing, dude. Like it was, hey, I'm in this company. I've been it for X amount of time. I've shown so many people this is how much money I'm making doing it. And I looked at that and I was like, I could do that. I could do what
When,
they just did.
when did you ever tell somebody in your life, man, that looks like a pyramid scheme?
I've never said
I've
that.
I've never said it. I have never in my life saw a structure. and then was offended by the structure. I saw that, hey, these two circles underneath my circle have dollar signs. And then I saw the circles underneath those four circles have dollar signs. And I saw those people. I was like, so you mean to tell me I get a little bit of money every time those people get started because they got started after me and I get paid off their efforts when I'm not having to do stuff just by myself, like in a job and work 8 hours a day? Now I have compounded leverage of effort and I get paid when those people make sales. You mean to tell me this is possible? I have never in my life thought, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. Only the people at the top get paid. I want to be a person at the top.
Mhm.
What are you talking about?
Like any corporate structure in the world.
God,
Like,
it's wild, man.
well, here's the
I'm getting passionate today.
I
This is
know,
crazy.
and we've mentioned this before. And I think we have an entire podcast about it where, um, like pyramid scheme's a catchphrase. It's a total catchphrase because in my entire life, anyone, whether it be online or in person, that said to me, "Well, it's is that a pyramid scheme?" And I always flip it around. What do you mean by pyramid scheme? I ask them flat out, "What do you mean by pyramid scheme?" Not one single person in the history of ever with me personally has been able to explain what they just said. Well,
Right.
like one of those one of what things? Can you explain that? Can you give me more detail? Like, what is a pyramid scheme? One person once said, "Well, the people at the top." I said, "Like, oh," I'm like, "What job? What's your job?" And they were like, "Data entry." And I was like, "Oh, okay." You're on the bottom of that pyramid, my friend.
Right.
I'm like, so you got
Right.
supervisors above you, right? You got managers above them, right? You got, you know, executive
VPs and
managers above them. Then
yeah,
you got VPs, and you got, this. I'm like,
senior
I
VPs
said,
and
so the people at the top, the CEO and the VPs and the RVPs and the executives, I said, they're the ones that are probably making the most amount of money in your company, right? Yeah. I go, and what are you making compared to them? Peanuts. Huh. I'm
isn't that
like,
wild? Isn't that wild?
but you want to talk about what I'm doing? That the people that have been in it for years have built a network and put in the blood, sweat, and tears. They're making more than me, who I just got started. Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
But
Does,
wherever you start, you are the top of the pyramid you build. How about
correct.
that? Like you are the top. You're nobody's above you. Those people are just they just got in before you did, and you have the exact same opportunity as those people.
Yep.
That's what's wild to me is there's people who believe that these people had an advantage. These people who got started earlier, their advantage was they got started earlier. And what you don't know, which most people don't know, is those people who got started earlier was in 17 other things for years, developing their skills and talents to get where they are right now. And I
Mm-hmm.
promise in 5 years, they're going to be in another company doing the exact same thing, building their future with a whole nother leg of business. And it's going to get bigger and get bigger and bigger. Because if I
Mm-hmm.
left my company right now, my team would be even bigger because I would make such a splash in this planet. And it would be, I don't have a hesitation now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In my first 4.5 years, I made nothing. Like I made nothing.
Yeah.
Now,
But eventually you figured it out and you learned and well, you applied what you learned. It's crazy how that works, huh?
I wish people could get over irrational fears, things that don't exist, things
Ugh.
that have no real, like they're completely irrational. You're making them up in your head. You believe that a company closing is the end of the world. You believe that if I get started, my team quits, that that's the end of the world. You believe all these things so you don't take action. You
Yeah,
believe that
it's
a
worst
person's
case
already
scenario.
going to say no. That's my favorite one is that you believe that a person's going to say no so you don't ask them why. Like, why?
You're
Why don't you
deciding
ask
for them.
them?
I've said
It's
that
right.
for
Dude, it's
I,
these
I
irrational fears that make no freaking sense. Like, go do the thing without emotional attachment to the outcome. You know how many times I've said that in this podcast?
I've
That is,
I've literally yelled at other leaders on my teams over the years because I'm not going to go talk to them because I know they're going to say no. I'm like, why are you deciding for them? Like, no wonder you're not growing. No wonder you're stagnant. No wonder you're on the phone with me complaining because you're deciding for people.
You
Stop
didn't
it.
have a problem complaining to me and getting my reaction. Why are you not going
Ah,
to get their reaction?
we could spend we could shoot like two full podcasts in a row of just talking about confidence and like and everything else that falls under that big huge umbrella. But we won't, not today. Oh, episode 48 in the books, guys. You made it to this point. One, you are awesome. Really. Like you rock. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, get notified when we do episodes like this. Coming up very, very soon, you're going to see the two of us sitting side by side, and it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to try to get us in a really, really cool location, and we're going to film an episode or two. Maybe we'll do some other stuff too. We'll see. But maybe, Curry, I was thinking of this. Maybe we do an episode live. We film it live, push the go live button, and that's episode 50.
It'd be fun.
Because we could really, we could push the emails out, we could get the posts out there, I think that'd be cool, and we could even do like a live Q&A, mix it in there too from like on location while we're sipping a rum runner or something like that. We'll see.
My favorite drink. Dan, I'm sorry, but I gotta go, man. Something has just happened.
All right, deuces. See you later.
We'll talk to you.